Greetings. Welcome to Karenhope'S 15 minutes of solid inspiration. The channel where hope grows inspiration. Y'all, thank you for being here. I'm jumping on the channel really quickly today to let you know that episode 114 has been produced and published and is available for listening down in the podcast platform. Links down below in the description box. Please check it out. Today's episode was titled, Should I or Shouldn't I? You know, isn't that the question of our lifetime? Like every day, like Shakespeare thought he had it going on, right? With that to be or not to be, right? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not the business. The business is, should I or shouldn't I? And you know, this episode piggybacked off of the last episode, which was about, you know, our brain over our heart type thing. Like sometimes we need to just be logical about some things. Well, this one is about how we don't need to be logical, okay? How we need to be led by our heart sometimes. And you know what? More than we care to admit, basically. Because the heart is the place where intuition springs from. Our mind can never, ever, ever surpass the power of the heart. Because there's no intuition that comes from the mind. We need to know that logic is essential for survival. But to be able to be guided through this life comfortably and let's just say to experience the best growth, the most growth that we can, and be as positive as we can and encouraged as we can, and also do the same for other people, we need to be led by our heart. And that's just it. Okay? So, check that out in its entirety, okay? The podcast. Also, remember you have 113 more to listen to if this is the first time you've been to the channel, or, you know, you've had to take your time. It's okay. We've got 15 minutes a day to do it, and we have lots of days to listen, and we have plenty more to come too. I like that. So let's go ahead and wrap up this video with a pretty little bow and talk about some inspiration, okay? And I guess that we can go ahead and just continue to talk about this, you know, mind over matter, head over heart, being led by our heart, that type of thing. There's some things that we need to do to be able to do either one, okay? Now, seriously, this mind over heart and this heart over mind thing is some serious business. And it is exactly what helps us get our balance and stay balanced. You know, we need it. We need it. So these are the things that we need to do to help us stay balanced, to help us make the right decisions on whether to, when life presents things to us that don't have to necessarily be difficult. We don't have to always approach life as like it's going to be something difficult. Even the things that are pleasant and delightful, we still have to think about them, don't we? We still have to think about them, to be grateful for them, to pray about them, to, you know, to show gratitude. We have to think about those things. So this is what we need to do, okay? First and foremost, we need to kill our ego. Right? That ego, what that means is pride. What that means is, I'm thinking we know it all. You know, what it means is not trusting in what we feel, because it's valid. It is valid. Not even when we feel bad. Even when we feel bad, what we feel is valid. It's what's going on inside of ourselves. It's what's bringing to our attention what we need to change in our mind, and bringing to our attention what is happening for us in life. So again, we can either, you know, make the changes that we need or be thankful for it. But actually, even killing ego will also make us very grateful for the bad things, for the bad experiences, because you know, it allows us, when we kill ego, when we starve our ego, it allows us to say, hey, this problem or this situation that seems troubling, it's just one more opportunity not to be troubled, y'all. Forgive the noise. That's a lot of planes going on in the sky again today. We expect more closer to tomorrow. Tomorrow's presidential election. I live next to a military base, so it gets pretty busy around those kind of times. But yes, we need to kill that ego, okay? Because when we kill the ego, then we can say, hey, you know what? It's been a bad day, but hey, look, it gives me an opportunity to have a better day tomorrow. We can go through the list of things that maybe we did to make things worse than what they should be. Making a mountain out of a molehill. We talked about that in today's episode too. So go check it out. Also, we need to value love. Now, guess what? Killing that ego is a big boost on valuing love. Because sometimes that ego can make us push love away because we are full of pride. It's good to be proud of what we're doing, not in a boastful way, but be proud of your accomplishments and shine as we're supposed to. But you know what? Sometimes we can have such a confidence that's all wrapped up in ego, and it pushes people away. And we can't value love. And the love in us can't be valued either. Okay? It's important. Value it. Now we need to smile. Now, I like to talk about this smiling thing. I like to do it. When I do, it's genuine, because believe it or not, y'all see me smiling on these videos, but I don't smile all the time. I don't. I tend to be suspicious of people that are constantly smiling, like that Chester cat on, is it Chester cat or Chester cat? I don't know. I'm a little bit country, so I may say some things that are not completely correct, but I know what I'm talking about, right? Smile all the time, like cheesing big. Man, isn't that suspicious sometimes? But check it out. When we can smile on the inside where it counts and keep it, that's what I'm talking about. Dropping the ego helps us do that too. Seriously. And dropping the ego helps us to smile on the outside when we're trying to be mean and all crabby and cranky McCranky. And we can smile on the outside. And those cranky McCrankies, let me tell you, I love them. Because when they do smile, it's genuine, and it just radiates my whole soul. Because I know they're really happy at that moment. And it's just nice to know. Now, success. Ego will help us. Dropping ego will help us also understand that success is not to be placed on a shelf. It's not to say, I want to be successful in life and then just keep saying that, right? I did that for a long time. That's what I'm saying. I said for a long time, I want to be a writer. I want to be a published writer. And I became a published writer. But guess what else happened? I did a podcast. Now I do a blog. Now I'm just ready to do more. And all I wanted to do was write. That's all. Well, you know what? That's what happens when you understand that success. You get out of your ego and get out of your head and get away from your pride and let go of fear and worry and self-doubt. Let it all go. That's all wrapped up in ego. All of it, right? Let it go and move forward. Progress into your success. Giving God all the glory. That's very important. Now, here's another thing. As we start to succeed, okay? Or as we start to see others succeed, let me tell you, this is a reflection. Usually when we are succeeding, the people that are around us, the people that we surround ourselves with will also be doing the same. Because we're just, vibing with the same kind of energy. It's a good way to stay encouraged. It's a great way to stay encouraged by seeing other people succeed, right? And so when that starts to happen, when we start to take that success off the shelf and we start to activate it, it starts propelling us forward into our purpose. We need to drop the jealousy, okay? If we have it in our heart, even a seed, let it go. Let it go. It's going to stop everything, every blessing that's in our way. And if there's anyone in your circle, I say circle, I don't have one. Mine is more like a dot. Not joking. Seriously, a dot. even the dot, if you even notice an inkling, sniff out just a tiny bit of jealousy, let it go. Let it be known. Let it be seen as anything. If someone wants to say that you're acting funny, if someone wants to say that you are the problem, let the jealousy go. You will see how much more success comes when the jealousy is gone. Now, knowledge, ego. When we starve the ego, and we drop the ego, and we kill the ego, we understand we don't know too much. Not about what we're supposed to know. We know a lot of everything except what we're supposed to know, right? Oh, that was a tongue twister. Oh boy. Everything but that. So we need to know that we don't know everything and seek all the knowledge that we can, specifically that serves our purpose. Now, starting with seeking God, because that's where the knowledge is. It's where it begins, it's where it ends, and it's the knowledge all in between. And as we go along gaining this knowledge, we get life experiences that we get to work through, love through, smile through, succeed through without the jealousy, right? And then we can have confidence, okay? And I'm talking about confidence that believes, that begins. Confidence, oh, you know what? I'm going to keep saying what I was going to say. Because I was going to say begins, but you know what? A confidence that believes God. Okay? Then I'll say whatever I was going to say. I love the way the Spirit works. Okay? Because before I start these YouTube videos, I ask God. I ask Him, man, help me say what I'm supposed to say. Even if I don't know what I'm supposed to say, help me say what I'm supposed to say. So I'm going to take that as a sign to say that confidence that we have has to start with believing God. You know what God says about us? That we're victorious. Do you know what God says? I already worked it out for you, right? When we think times are troubling, all we need to do is just think. It's already worked out. You know, we just have to work through this mind over brain thing that we're always dealing with, the mind over matter. You know, should I or shouldn't I? Like we talked about in the podcast episode today. Should I? And again, this is not all about a question of, you know, it's not pressing all the time. It's not always a problem. It's not always a problem. We tend to talk about those things. We need to think about the good things too. Focus on them. Focus what we want. Focus on what we want. And that's not being so tongue-tied on the YouTube video toward the end, right? Jeez, we need to just work on this confidence, y'all, and just know it's all in God. It's all based in God. And we can, with the confidence, we can let go of the ego. And we can, you know, we can value love, and we can keep smiling even on the inside where it counts. And then we can take the success off the shelf and move forward in our purpose, succeeding, victory after victory after victory, right? You know, glory to glory is what some old folks call it. You know, by and by was what the other old folks call it. And again, without the jealousy, because we need to squash that mess. It does not serve our purpose. It just brings us down. And it draws us into comparing ourselves to someone else's life purpose. We have our own, which is just as special, just as valuable, and just as important. Because only we can do it. No one else can do it. What God has put in us, no one else can do it. Yeah. And just know that. So when you get into places in life when people say, oh, stay in your own lane. Yeah, stay in my lane. You can easily say, okay, you keep your lane. I'm in my own category. I'm not even driving, dog. I'm flying. Right? With lots of leg room. Okay? So that's what I want to say, y'all. And thank you so much for being here today, okay? Thank you for, God, I'm getting messages right now. Thank you so much for being here and being part of this experience. Now, I will be back on the channel tomorrow. Okay. And tomorrow it will be earlier to announce podcast episode number 115. And to just give a little inspiration, okay, like we do every day. Again, oh yes, I forgot to say this. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast. First and foremost, thank you for listening, okay, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for my messages that I've been getting, the voice messages. They've been nice and pleasant. I've had a couple of people tell me, hey, you know what, slow it down. We don't need it every day. Still let us catch up, which I don't know. I really appreciate that. But the thing is, I will continue to do this every day or as much as I can because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. And we can never run out of inspiration, but I am appreciating the messages, and I will in some way, shape, form, or fashion implement their suggestion into my daily routine. And I promise I'm going to do that. Also, if you're considering becoming a monthly supporter of the podcast, as of this weekend, my sweet mama, I had 9 supporters. My mother came down this weekend, and now she's number 10. And 10, because I really love numerology. I probably said that wrong, but whatever. Numerology. Number 10 is a good number. And my mama it was a sign. It was a sign on Saturday to keep going. I pray for those signs. I pray for symbols, and I pray for synchronicities. And wow, I really appreciate the universe being obedient and listening to God and showing me exactly the way I need to see it. And I saw it in that number 10 and my sweet mama this weekend. Okay? Keep helping me, because my goal is to share inspiration and encouragement to the world 15 minutes at a time with the podcast, with this YouTube channel, and with the new blog, okay? Which is, you can also find that link down in the description box. It's my GoDaddy link. You click on there. It's a website, and the blog is posted there every day. Okay? Thank you in advance, again, for your support for the blog and for this YouTube channel, which leads me to say, please like this video today, okay? And comment, share, and do what? Subscribe, okay? Hit the red notification bell and turn it gray, okay? We don't like gray moods. We don't like gray days, but we like those gray notification bells, okay? So you don't miss a moment of solid inspiration, and you'll know when to share it, because I need your help with this, y'all. For real. This YouTube channel, we can't go live on Thursdays like I want to by December with the Fleeting Thought Thursday videos. We just do free expression. I want this to be a platform for everybody who's watching. So on Thursdays, man, let's go live. Let's go live. And we need a certain amount of likes and a certain amount of subscribes to the channel. The likes can be on any video. A certain amount. They're counting them. But the subscribes, hey, I need those. And I need y'all to do that, okay? So help me out. Thank you so much again. Now, I guess I can stop talking now. I won't take up any more of your time. But y'all, thank you so much for sharing this experience with me, okay? And I will see you again tomorrow to exchange some awesome energies on this channel.